In today's video, I'm going to teach you all about offset shooting floors. Not to be confused with offset bunkers. These shooting floors got their name as the floor tiles that make them don't match up with the foundations below, and they give great peaks by glitching into other floors. These can be more convenient than Widegaps, as they don't need an external and attach directly to the base, with no complicated build-outs, making them quick and easy to erect.
Yeah, boy.
The first module we're going to show you is this one, which glitches a square floor over 3 triangles. To make it work, you need 2 square or triangle foundations next to each other. Place 3 triangles and then place your frames all around like so. Then we can place the square floor and windows all around. The embrasure choice is up to you. When done, it will look like this, but there are some things to note. If these side frames are upgraded to metal, you can get stuck down the side. So I suggest putting the window half a floor lower. Using half walls aren't ideal, so try to incorporate it into your base design somehow, with a breech peak or something like that. Make sure that the embrasures face inwards. This will help to tighten the gap. Some other things to note is that if these walls get destroyed, you can't replace them unless the floor is destroyed too. And if your base design requires frames here, then you won't be able to place the floor, even if they're metal. And if there are frames inside the base, then they'll need to be upgraded to metal so you can place this floor. This might also work with some of the new building skins. Next we have this module, which goes on a 2 triangle corner. Start off by placing 2 square foundations and a triangle in the middle. Then place your frames all around. Then on the top, place a square in the center and a triangle on either side, and surround with windows. Again, the embrasure choice is up to you. Here you can see that with the frame upgraded to metal, you can fall straight down through it. So just like the previous module, we'll have to make the windows half height. Again, you can try and incorporate the half walls into your design somehow. And the embrasures have to go on the inside. Now with the lowered windows, we can no longer fall down the gaps. Next we have this module, which fits over a square and 2 triangles. There are a few ways to build this module. This is the most basic version. First place a square and 2 triangles either side, then build up your frames. And then at the top, place down 3 triangles. These can attach to the base or to the frames. It just depends on your base design and your preference. If these frames are upgraded to metal, it is possible to get stuck in this corner, but you can't fall completely down. If you want to fix this, then you'll have to lower the window by half a floor. As mentioned before, you should try to incorporate the half walls into your base design somehow. Having half walls on the ground floor isn't ideal as grubs can hide behind them. The embrasures need to be on the inside to close up the gaps. For the best stability, you should attach the floors to the frames. A modification you can make to this is to add a square at the front here, more frames all around, then a set of half walls with windows on top. And you can place a roof here, which can give you more angles, and also act as a retake onto the roof. If you upgrade the roof piece to one of the new skins, you can use this gap to peek down. But if you don't have access to these, then you can create the gap like so, by placing a triangle frame and a triangle roof here, which interacts with the bottom of the square roof above. Now you can shoot through the bottom gap, but the one above is only visual, you can't shoot through it. A variation of the previous module is this one, which works if you have a piece of triangle honeycomb in the center. To build this, place down a square foundation and 3 triangles. Remove these pieces and place down a square and a triangle attaching to the base. And the footprint will look like this. Upgrade these parts, and you can remove these 2. Then place frames all around like so. If you feel it's necessary, you can lower the side windows as shown in the previous modules. After that, attach a triangle to either side of the honeycomb and another one at the front. Then put windows all around. This triangle here will give a nice peak looking back down towards the base. Alternatively, you can build the shooting floor on this side like so. Build out from the sides of the base with the square and 2 triangles. Do this on both sides. Then put 3 triangles on each side and a square in the middle. This module can form your gatehouse too. Then build up the frames like we did before. As shown in the previous modules, it's a good idea to lower the side ones. Put down a square frame so the roof can attach to something, then your floor pieces and your half walls of windows. You can open up the gap between the floors and the roof by using one of the new building skins, or see the previous module where I show how to do it without the skins. If for some reason you can't build out from the side of your base, there's another way to build this module. Just place down a square and 4 triangles, remove these pieces, replace them with squares and triangles attaching to the base, and then remove the twig, and build around just like we did before. Next we have this module, which I can't really describe the shape of, but there are countless footprints where it will fit easily. To build it, from the front of your base, place down a square, a triangle, remove the square, then build 2 squares off the side of the triangle like so. Then attach it to the base with 2 triangles. Just like all the other modules, build it up with frames. Then attach 3 triangles to the front and 2 here to the base. Then surround it with windows. This will give some really nice angles out into your compound and back towards the base. However, you can get stuck here if you upgrade this frame to metal. So, as with the other modules, I recommend lowering the window half a floor. Next we have this module, which has been around for a while. It works really well on big footprints like 4x4s and 5x5s. You can identify this corner by seeing if you have a square and a triangle gap. To build it, place down a square foundation and then 2 triangles. Remove the square and place 2 more like so. Then place another square here and 2 more triangles to make this shape. Remove these parts and upgrade the rest. As always, surround it with frames. Then we'll place down a floor on this square and 2 triangles glitching into it. Then surround it with windows. Unlike the other modules, you won't be able to fall down the gaps in the sides because of the double frames. But if you want to, you can lower these windows to get a nice range of peaks. Lastly, we have this single square module, which isn't really an offset, but I thought I'd include it anyway. You don't need some kind of special gap to build them, just place a square foundation and surround it with frames. Put half walls on the sides and a frame in the front. Then here put a square frame and surround it with windows. Then attach triangle roof pieces to the half walls. As you can see, they give some really nice peaks to defend from. So I hope this video has been useful for you. Let me know in the comments if you're able to add any of these modules to your base. But if you need any help incorporating them, join my Discord in the description. And if you still haven't found that perfect module for your base, you can check out this Builder Sanctuary code made by Tim, which will show you every conceivable peak in Rust.